Well, speaking of New Hampshire, we've got something of an expert in our ABC News family. Brad Mielke, who has spent more time there in the last few weeks than a lot of people, joins us live now. But I think he's actually in New York. Hey, Brad, welcome home.
He's got the newsroom behind
him.
Hey,
well, thank you very much. I thought I was going to get to go home and relax for the New Year,
No.
but instead, if there's a Grinch to the New Year's Eve celebrations, it's the State Department who's releasing a bunch of Hillary Clinton emails tonight. So there's a team assembled here at the politics desk getting ready to cull through some emails later today.
Brad, what was that call like from your boss when he's like, we'd love for you to come home, spend some time over the holidays with your family, just relax. By the way, there's a few thousand emails we're going to need you to read while you're here.
I think that it was partly me.
Yeah, exactly. Just
No,
go through some redacted documents. It's pretty easy.
So tell me about these emails. This isn't the first time we've had this kind of document dump when it comes to Hillary Clinton. What are you looking for, or what's everyone going through on this very happy New Year's Eve?
Yeah, well, thousands of emails released every month. This month will be no exception, although what's interesting is the Secretary of State's office was hoping to release over 8,000 emails, and it looks like they've only got about 5,000 or 6,000 for us to go through. They're actually going to have to release more earlier in the new year to make up for that, since they're trying to make them available at a certain pace.
Oh, Happy New Year to everybody. That sounds like fun. A fun way to kick off the new year. I think, Brad, your signal's coming in and out a little bit. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so I was going to say we're going to be looking for any communication she's had with her aides, with other, with foreign leaders, talk about Hillary Clinton in, her political career as it existed in the State Department in the Obama administration. And, we'll see if that relates to anything she's talking about now on the campaign trail.
Brad, in previous document dumps like this, I remember back, I think it was in May, a lot of people were paying attention because that's when really she was plagued by this issue about the use of the private email server, and everyone was trolling looking for emails related to what happened in Benghazi at the embassy there. So what's everyone looking for now? Is there something in there that people think could actually change the conversation when the new year comes?
Well, I don't know if there's necessarily one single email that everyone is going to be digging through. Sometimes it's as much as getting a sense of how she was interacting with people, what she was talking about on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes that's sensitive information. Other times it's as simple as learning sort of how she communicates with her staff, which is enlightening for the rest of us, perhaps less consequential when it comes to an investigation like Benghazi. So those will sort of be the two areas that people are looking in. What did she know? When did she know it? And also, what is she talking about on a day-to-day level with her staff?
And Brad, what I thought is really interesting with these emails isn't kind of the bombshell or anything huge, is really what you said about the day-to-day, but also kind of an insight into Hillary Clinton. Who is this woman? Can you just talk a little bit about those emails?
Well, yeah, I mean, famously, just a few months ago, we saw emails sort of asking, simple internet questions. So this is somebody who had lived in the White House, right at the sort of the dawn of the internet age, who might not know everything about whether it was, watching something online or getting a copy of sort of the TV guide for the day. She was trying to figure out, can somebody tell me when my favorite show is going to be on? And so those are the sort of things she was asking her staffers for, which I find fascinating.
So Brad, we have talked a little bit about New Hampshire here, Shush and I. We know you're probably going to be heading back there soon. So what do you have on tap for the new year? What do you see happening in the first few weeks back there in New Hampshire when it comes to campaign 2016?
Well, we are under the 6-week mark now in New Hampshire. Less than 6 weeks until everyone will actually take to the polls and cast their ballots. And there's a few things that are interesting, especially for the candidates that have really placed all their eggs in that New Hampshire basket. I'm talking about Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, John Kasich, to a lesser extent Carly Fiorina and Rand Paul, even Donald Trump. These are all candidates where if they have a poor showing in New Hampshire, it could really spell the end to some campaigns. I know there are some campaigns that really seem to have a lot of momentum, like Donald Trump's. There are other campaigns that seem to have a lot of money, like Jeb Bush's. But if you're coming in behind several other of these candidates in New Hampshire, that might be the point where you have to call it quits, or at least, scale back your operations. So it'll be interesting to see how this momentum shifts in just the last few weeks in the Granite State.
Well, Brad, we're going to keep checking in with you both here in New York while we've got you in the building, but also, of course, when you hit the road for the latest on what's happening in New Hampshire. Shushannah, we got a big year ahead when it comes to politics.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree with Brad more. After New Hampshire, it's really do or die for a lot of these candidates. So they will change the landscape after New Hampshire.